employee that, didn't work out so well. And it's in the sales organization. And you got spreadsheets. And they include client data, transactional history, names, information. Now, how can Netskope, what is the practical application of that function? So, what do you do after that time?
So I'll give you a real world use case that I saw myself. Yeah. There was an individual that had left an organization, and then right before they did, they went in and gave access to their personal Gmail account to 93,000 files that were sitting in this repository. We were able to see that, and then the operator went in and with 3 clicks of the mouse able to revoke that permission. So now that external user no longer had access to that information that was sitting inside that repository.
Wow, and that's powerful because with Netskope you have the APIs that are inside those clouds, and you're able to take that data that might sit there and say to that data in so many words, can't do anything about moving the data, but we can certainly make it so you can't access it.
Correct.
It's dead to you, so don't bother. And that goes from varied limitations, whether you can read it, whether you can see it, whether you can download it, or whether you can't do anything with it at all whatsoever.
Yeah, and that's the at-rest functionality where we're tying in, like you said, with the API, where it's a connection to the repository or the sanctioned application that the organization is paying for and operating, and IT has visibility and the ownership of it. Okay. Then the other element is that the inline, which is not just looking at that sanctioned application. Now we're looking at the totality of the user traffic. Okay, so and both are equally as important. The inline was more so because now we're going to be able to see things like shadow IT and your basic web traffic. You mentioned earlier that the internet has changed so much. The anatomy of a website has changed dramatically, yes. Where historically news sites, for example, were very unidirectional. You would go and read a story or watch a video, and that was really the end of the experience. Mm-hmm. Whereas today you can create an account, you log in, you can set preferences to tailor the content to what you're specifically interested in. Right. You can post comments, you can link, you can share. So is that a website or is that an application? Technically it's a website, but it behaves more like an application. Okay. So what we're doing is we've married that concept of the secure web gateway and the inline CASB into a single product that we're calling a next-gen secure web gateway. So what we're doing is using the same pedigree that we learned and built from the inline CASB using applications and applying it towards web traffic as well. Right. So because if you can post something, that's an avenue for data exfiltration or just unacceptable use, right? So we want to be able to see that and use those same technologies in order to prevent those kinds of activities or just coach users. Yeah. A lot of it is just user education. Yeah. I don't know how many security organizations you've spoken to where they're just saying, we are hemorrhaging people. We've got so many security professionals here, I don't know what to do with it. Every organization is lean. So if we can educate the end user and explain, we're not just blocking you, but here's why. Yeah. Or here's why you shouldn't use this application. And also, please use this. Most of the time they don't know that they had that available to them.